Okay, hope that is working. Looks like it is. We're back in Hubbard, Nebraska. Welcome back to the channel. Hubbard, Nebraska, as I said. Let's turn my volume down a little bit. Not sure if you guys can see that or not. We are getting right back into planting. I wanted to finish this field last time, but couldn't quite get it done. And we will roll straight into harvest, as the title says. Let's get the fent filled up with fertilizer. So all we have to do to finish... where's that? I don't know. All we have to do to finish and get ready for harvest is to just finish this field, which should take, around an hour, maybe more. I don't know. And then we're going to keep working on selling bales and whatnot when I can, get a little bit of cash injection, and then whenever we're done with this field, I'm going to sleep through the night, regardless of how many bales I sell, and we'll be ready for the corn harvest, because that should be ready to harvest tomorrow. Just pull right up here and get this unloaded. There we go. Just pull this thing out of the way so we can get back to planting on both tractors. Rats, I always forget to close this darn cover. Okay, so they'll be cooking at 11 mile an hour, both of them in tandem. And I can get straight into selling bales. Well, loading bales, I guess. My harvester's just sitting here. My semi is sitting here waiting for harvest next year, or next month, sorry. John Deere 7810, ready to get some bales. Made 99 bales during the wheat harvest. I do need to keep some of those, I guess, if I'm getting cattle. I'll keep a trailer full. Maybe I ought to take this next trailer load and store it somewhere on the farm. I didn't think about that until now. I plan to purchase some cattle with the money I make from my bean and corn harvest, which should be a ton of money. I mean, the good part with having huge fields is that you make huge money when you sell the crops from them. I forgot to stack my bales. Come on now. Give it a little nudge. Used to have the Fendt on this trailer, and the John Deere was just picking up bales, so hopefully this trailer doesn't scoot around too much because it doesn't have the weight of the Fendt holding it there anymore. Seems like it's done alright so far. Trying to get these bales loaded up, as I've been doing for the last few streams. This is a huge map, so everything takes a huge amount of time. The benefit is, though, it is much more realistic in terms of, like, the time scale. On the base game maps, they are 2 kilometer by 2 kilometers, which is 4 square kilometers. I'm not sure how big the fields are, but they are not very large. So even if you owned every field in the game, you could probably spend like 1 day in real life harvesting. Whereas most farmers I know will spend weeks harvesting their crop every single year. So this amount of land is a good amount for realism. Although I don't do everything perfectly realistic, because that's just not my style. If I flip a tractor over, I don't call a tow truck to flip it over, because that's not a thing in the game. I just turn on super strength and flip it back over, but you know. Should be recording. Let me just make sure I am. Yep. Gonna make a video out of this one. Well, at some point, hopefully. And that video will just be for the corn harvest. We're not ready for it yet, but we're getting there. Welcome in, I'm just picking up bales. Load them on a trailer. Riveting gameplay, huh? Also got a couple of workers planting wheat. What is going on with my bales there? Let's check on their levels. Looks like about 75% and 24%, so we'll have to get this guy refilled here before too long. My pickup's going to be in the way. There, that's good. Not sure why there's this flickering going on with my tractor. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. It happens on the inside too. Sometimes the speedometers flash around. I've only noticed that on this map. Could just be because the map is so darn huge. My poor laptop can't handle it. Speaking of computer stuff, I need to plug my fans in so they don't get too hot. And here's that little patch of wheat I forgot to harvest. Driving myself crazy. Literally told myself I was going to go back for it, and then I never did. There's half of the trailer full. Let's do the other half. Did forget to strap up the other side so it doesn't fall off. There we go, it should be good. Getting pretty close to getting this field done with the bales. We could actually get ready for potentially doing some planting. Or some tillage or something. I don't think I have any tillage equipment yet, but we've definitely got the money for it. Or we will very soon. Got a ton of beans I need to sell. And wheat as well, for that matter, don't I? Yeah. Almost 200,000 liters of soybeans and 115,000 liters of wheat. Should make a pretty nice amount of cash. I haven't even harvested my corn yet either. That'll give me a lot of yield. Plan to purchase some cattle and also cattle like equipment to deal with them. I need some like food mixers, some forage equipment. Gotta make my own hay and stuff. Probably a cattle trailer and maybe, well, I've already got a truck, so just a cattle trailer of some sort. And then of course a cattle barn, because I don't think there are any on this map. Well, that's stuck fast on this spikes, ain't it? Dang. Doesn't want to go anywhere. Yep. The first time it's been truly stuck. There we go. Ha! I did a backflip. Nice. These bales get a little sticky, but that's the first time it's like actually been fully stuck fast on the forks. Welcome in, y'all. We're doing bales and seeding wheat. Thought I'd get the field done last time, but we're finishing it up today. Shouldn't take too much longer to get it done. And then we've got maybe another trailer full after this one to get these bales off the field, and it'll be ready for whatever we decide to do to it. I think I'll put either corn or beans on it, because I'm planting wheat on another big field. I don't need tons of wheat, just a little bit for some straw. And if I decide to get some chickens, I'll need some wheat to feed them as well. Let's get these bales on the trailer, and then we gotta go fill up that Alice planter. Keep forgetting to put my straps on to keep the bales from falling off. Here we are. And after this, I'll have to... Usually I'd leave my John Deere on while I fill this up. I'd leave the John Deere on to keep it running, but this time I got to refill the seed tender here on the back of my pickup, so I'll take a while to do that. I may as well turn the John Deere off so it's not burning through gas and racking up the hours. Not totally full, but better than it was. Send that thing off. And we'll go back to town. Get this thing refilled. Here's the good old autosave. Coming in clutch, reminding me to take a drink. And then when that's done, we'll have to get a look at what our route will be. Yeah, turn left at the junction, and then right. So 2 lefts and a right. Ooh, that's a bit steeper than I thought it was. Get the cruise up to a respectable 45 mile an hour. Maybe a little fast on gravel, but it's all good. This is now the second time I've had to refill this trailer, which it started full, so that's 3 full tanks of a seed tender. And I think the planters started with seed and fertilizer in them as well, so that's 2 full planter tanks and 3 full seed tenders, which is quite a bit of seed and fertilizer. Fertilizer runs out faster. Obviously, you see I got just over a quarter of seed left. So apparently wheat needs a lot of fertilizer or something, I don't know. Ooh, getting bumpy. Yeah, so pretty soon here we'll turn left and then go alongside the lake here. Turn right onto that straight path up into town. We'll hop on the highway and take it to the store. Couldn't find a place to like refill this, like a co-op or anything, so I'll just have to buy pallets at the store. I think yeah, I need to turn here. Let's do that once I get going. I gotta buy, just do 4 bags of these. And 4 bags of seed. That's 10,000 every time. I'm gonna run out of money if I can't get all those bales sold. Might have to sell a couple trailers full of corn right off the field, I don't know. Nice lakeside driving in every time I go to town. As much driving as I do, though, I've really stayed in the middle. Just this little bit of the map. I haven't even gone out to the extremities. Which definitely will not happen until I get some fields out there, which I hope to avoid for a while. Definitely want to get bigger machines before I get bigger fields. I already have plenty of land. I haven't even sold my first crops yet, so I need to stop thinking about the future too much. We gotta turn right up here at this junction. Then right again once we get on the highway. Struggles to get up this hill a little bit. Excuse me. Imagine if you were just up in your nice red brick house. You see a bright blue pickup truck coming down your road playing La Cucaracha. That'd be a good day. Really wish these streams had water in it. I say it just about every time I go over them. Oh, that's right. We don't have to hop on the highway. The store's right here. I was thinking we had to go all the way to the... What's this place called? Mix shed. I thought that would have my seed and fertilizer, but it doesn't. We'll just fill it up right here. Ooh, that's not what I wanted. Stop refilling. I wanted fertilizer in here, silly. Well, that's not ideal. I don't know how I'm gonna fix that. Oh, I know what I can do. I'll use my easy dev controls and we'll just empty unit 1. Shoot, that looked like unit 2. Randall, I like this game I play. Yeah, it's a good game. What map do you play on? Come on, this is taking away my money here. Why is it not filling up with the fertilizer? There we go. It's wasted like 4,000 liters of seed. That's like 4,000 bucks. $4,000's a lot of bucks. Why is my tailgate down on my pickup? I can open my door. I can open the passenger door. I can open my hood. I can't figure out why my tailgate's open. Whatever, dude. That's fine. There it is. Control Y with the old controller. Welcome in, everyone. We're just filling up the seed cart and taking it back to the field so we can keep our seeders stocked up while they're planting. Getting pretty close to having the field done, and we can probably sell one trailer full of bales before we are done with the field, and then we'll move on towards corn harvest next month. Haven't decided yet if I want to sell this trailer full of bales or store it. I need to store one trailer of bales, but I have about 3 more on the fields I can get. Tell you what, I'll sell all the bales off of field 160, that's what I'm working in now, and then 155, there should be 24 bales there. I'll keep all of those for the cattle when I get them. Not sure how much straw they're going to need, but it's going to be good to have too much straw rather than not enough. Plus, we can always sell straw if we decide we have too much. I'm going to plant at least one field of wheat every year, so if I have too much straw where I have a bunch of bales left over and I still haven't planted next year's, or I am about to harvest next year's wheat rather, if I've got a bunch of straw left and I'm about to harvest next year's wheat, sorry, that's what I was trying to say, then I can sell some bales or sell more bales next harvest or something like that. It'll take time to figure out what we're doing. And we'll probably be adding to our operation, bigger cow barn, more cattle, whatever. But we'll also be getting more fields, so we'll always have to be adaptable in figuring out what we're doing. So that's either the Fent or the Alice is out of seed, or fertilizer rather. So they've stopped. Check the map, I guess I could see. That's probably the Fent, I would think. I'm trying to hurry on over there. Need to figure out something for fertilizer. We've got a sprayer, I guess. We'll just have to spray some liquid nitrogen on them, because we're not playing with precision farming DLC like I normally do. Therefore, I need to fertilize 2 times throughout the year. So we're using obviously solid fertilizer as we plant, and then we'll have to come back through with the sprayer to probably spray off weeds anyways. So I may as well also fertilize it. There's the other one. AI Worker G and AI Worker F are both out of fertilizer. Turn right. And we'll roll through the stop sign because I didn't want to hit my brakes too hard. Was just watching, I believe it's Kadurk Farms series on Tahiti County, Iowa, with the row crop ready, and that really appeals to me because that's one of my main complaints with the game. Is the plowed texture, the planted texture. Like, no matter what you do, it's just going to be either 90 degrees or 180 degrees for the texturing of the plow on the ground. You know, if you're planting beans like this and you turn the corner, or you're planting alongside the edge of the field, you would plant them in rows along the road like this, but instead it's just straight up and down like that, which is, I don't like it that much. So I might have to figure out how the row crop ready stuff works, and maybe try and play on that if the new Farming Simulator game doesn't have anything like that very soon. I'm sure there'll be a mod with something like that pretty soon if there was one for FS22. So here's our field. Pretty good timing. Come on now. You got it, girl. Got the cruise control down to our 19, which is actually 20 miles an hour because they can't do simple calculations in this game apparently. Set your cruise at 19 miles an hour, but you actually go 20. Does that make sense? That's what I use in the fields because I don't want to fly around too fast. 20 is probably too fast, but it's a compromise. So I'm going to fill up the Fent, but I'm not gonna get back to planting on this stream. I'm gonna take it over there to the other side and finish that up, and have the Alice come through and plant the rest of this. Because if I fill them both up, they both hit each other. I want to avoid them hitting each other, if possible. Pull this thing. Let's go off the edge of the field. Never mind. It's taking too long. I don't want to go 2 miles an hour. Oh, and I have to fill up the Alice anyways. My bad. So I'm going to use the Fent to get to work here, and then the Alice is going to come through and get that side over there. I promise I know what I'm doing. Don't at me. This field seemed like it was taking forever with one seeder, and then I got the other one, it felt like it just wrapped itself right up. It really like almost doubled our productivity, but still, that's it seems like it did a lot more than that, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Okay, fire this puppy up. And get her full of seed. And fertilizer. Can't be forgetting about the fertilizer. Hold this puppy dog right there. Hop in this one and go finish up this side of the field. Alright, drop her down. This is the first planting I've done in a while. Been having workers go at it for the last couple days. Definitely want to get me a bigger seeder. Thought about streaming on Loma, Montana, but I feel like I want to make videos with that. I just don't have the time for that right now, so I don't really want to stream unless I'm trying to make videos. Maybe I'll get around to doing a Loma stream here soon. I'm still pretty excited with this map and wanting to expand my operation, so we're going to put our head down and keep working on it. Kind of doing this in a bit of a organic way. Not just going straight up and down, but yeah, just trying to keep things interesting, I guess. Boom. Welcome in, y'all. I'm getting really close to finishing the field. Ooh, I'm leaving a bit. What you get for trying to do things in the cab. Just gotta line up that left light there on the edge of my window with the edge of the crop, except for when you're turning, and you should be doing pretty good. Of course, practice makes perfect and making everything line up right. Right about there's the sweet spot. Better, of course, when you got a ridge marker, you can just line up the center of your tractor with the center of the line, and you'll do it just fine. Definitely something I'm going to invest in here soon. Last little pass on this guy, and then definitely getting close. I'll probably start taking this thing all the way back to the farm, because this is all we're going to use these seeders for, is wheat. Unless this Fendt here doesn't quite get the whole pass done. Nah, I'll still drive back. The Fendt can take its sweet time, I don't care. Yep, it's gonna miss a little sliver, it looks like. So we'll get the flashers on, because we're gonna be going on the road here pretty quick. We'll mosey on back to the farm. And I need to grab the auger wagon for next month's harvest. I believe I only have 2 more bales I gotta load up onto the trailer, and then we'll get that thing sold too. We'll do that before next month. Or before we start the harvest, rather. Price should go up, so technically I could sell them first thing next month. That'd be pretty cool. I wonder if the AI workers do anything. I'm gonna try that out. It's gonna have to autosave, I bet, so we'll get it lined up so it can go for a little bit. Hey! Oh, nope, it still does. I was gonna say, hey, I was wrong. We'll see if the workers work. Usually on mod maps, I try not to use them because they usually don't work. Yeah, I crashed into something. I probably hit a bump and it went all askew. Get on out of there, sir. Tangled up pretty good, aren't you? Alright, so I'll get you right in the middle of the path. If I tell you... Ooh, I have follow me. Never mind. You wait here. I'm gonna go grab the Fent. We're gonna get us a nice little convoy going. I forgot I had follow me installed. That means there actually was a reason for me to wait. I cannot believe I haven't been using that this whole time, dude. That's crazy. I'm gonna eat some Cheez-Its. Man, those Cheez-Its are good. Got me a nice Cheez-Its snack mix. Alright. Enough said. Let's get this thing out of the field. Get the... Nope, that's not what I wanted. Get the flashers and the blinkers on. Get this thing off the field and then go and get that truck. I'm gonna try and set up a convoy with the follow me mod. I forgot I had it installed, but it would make this a world easier. Alright, so you just sit right there. Come on, Bessie. Really struggles up the hill. My pickup's a little small. Of course, downhill it does just fine. Nice if I could go downhill all the time. Okay, so I gotta set the cruise of everything at the top speed of the slowest tractor, which is the Alice, which will be 21 miles an hour. I'll do 22. Once I get here, just tell it to follow it. Follower stopped. Why? Come on now, you're supposed to make this easier. Maybe it's working? I think it's working. Alright. Looks like it's working. So that'll just follow me until I get up to the next one, and I'll tell this Fent to follow the Alice, and then I'll drive the Alice. The Fent will follow me, the truck will follow the Fent, so we're gonna have a nice convoy of 3 of us going. Alright. Come on, y'all. Get this convoy going. Slow it down a bit so they can bunch up behind me so I know we're good. We're gonna hang on this road for quite a while. Might have some issues when we turn, but for the most part we should be alright. What? Turned off my engine. Don't hit me, please. There we go. And to think I could have been doing this the whole time instead of spending 30 minutes driving all my stuff out to the field. You only have to move as slow as your slowest item, instead of driving back and forth with every single piece of equipment, one at a time. Pretty cool seeing all my stuff drive behind me. Doesn't look like the mirrors in here work, otherwise I was going to be able to see them from the cab. Like we'll bank to the right a little bit up here, and then after a little bit we'll be at our farm. That bag was loud, I should have muted. Don't drive off-road now. Looked like we had any major issues with that first turn. We got another one coming up here, though. See how they do. Got 2 workers behind me. Workers are kind of stupid, so we'll see how they handle this. Just gotta try and turn as smoothly as I can, and hopefully they'll emulate that pretty well. Yeah, that's pretty good. Now if I were really trying to automate things nicely, I could have the guy in the front as like one of them AI workers telling it to go to the farm. On mod maps, they don't really work all that well. But you could tell it to go there and set the coordinates and have it go, and then you have the other 2 behind it on a follow me, which is what they're on now. I wouldn't even have to do anything. You know, for a fact, that would work on like a base game map, but mod maps are usually weird with the workers. Excuse me. Getting really close now. Almost to the farm. How big is this field to my right? Oh, that's pretty big. I don't think I could buy that anytime soon. Smoothly turn right, or left, psh, not right, and then another smooth left. Hopefully the workers do fine. Slow down a bit. And here they are, look at that. Go ahead and turn all the blinkers off and everything. Get rid of those workers before they start charging me to sit here and not do anything. I need to switch out the seed tender for my corn header. Close this door and open up the next one. See how good my reversing skills are. Yeah, I gotta get the Alice out of the way. I should have done that first. And I honestly don't know if these cedars will fit in my shed. I might have to get another shed here soon. Now we can approach this with a proper angle. Ooh, that's not great. But that'll do. Now let's grab the header. Well, I'll just grab that tomorrow morning. Because I'll have to drive my pickup up to my house. Go ahead and clean this stuff off because the cedars won't be used until next year around this time for planting wheat again. Got a planter for beans and corn. Get them puppies nice and shiny. And let's see where the room is. The harvester's going to fit in there, so that's not actually open, even though it looks like it. Right there. Let's see, I'm going to have to close this one and open this one. Try and back things in here cleverly. Dang it. I got to get that wheel on the left all the way over to that side of the doorway. Obviously not hitting it like I am now. I want it to swing, and then I swing back like that and try and pivot around. Try and line myself up in here. Actually, I should have come through that second door there that I had open, because this ain't working great. There we go. Try and keep it from pivoting too much. Going into my corn header. Woohoo, like a glove. Wheelbase is just a little short, it's my biggest problem. There we go. Get this thing out of here and we'll go for round 2 with the Alice once I get that cleaned off. Yeah, I am going to open up that second door because that was just too tight on that first door. Clean this thing off and get her in the shed. Won't need this for about a year. Which is good because it's tiny. I don't like using it too much. Oh, come on now. Who put that there? Right, let's see some real skill now. That is a hitch. You're not supposed to hit that, sir. Alright, we're through the doorway. Now line it up. I'm gonna need to get shifted over so when I pull the planter out, it's not gonna hit it. Get as close to that sprayer as I can get it. Oh, whoop, that's not what I meant to do. This can attach in tandem, which is not what I want them to do at this moment, of course. Looky there. Whoop. You guys didn't see that, right? Alright, I'll leave that. Take the pickup to the farm. Yeah. Up to the house, I mean, not the farm. We can catch a quick wink. Sleep. It is still 8 in the morning, but that's because I'm playing with the time shut off until I get a good estimate on how long I need the days to be. Time is at 0.0 multiplier. Which means each day takes as long as I want it to. I think about 1 or 2 times speed will be good. I'll try and set it to 2 times speed and see how that goes. Cool little garage, ain't it? Okay, let's set the time to 2 times speed. I wish there was a 1.5 because that's where I'd like to be. Good news is if it's ever getting a little too late, I can just turn the time to 0.0 again and finish up what I need to. $83 of loan interests, about $300 of vehicle leasing costs, and I didn't see how much for maintenance. Gotta wait a little bit for the map to update. It goes top to bottom for the plants to grow up and be harvested, whatever. So as this map is humongous, it takes a while to update. It takes a while to save, so you know it takes a while to update that map every month. So if we go to our growth calendar, you can see there in the middle of 80, it's locked. So if I get rid of that, it'll reload. Now it's in the middle of my field. And then when I reselected it, reloads. Almost done with my field. Selected a 3rd time, and we can see my field is fully updated. And my field down here, I guess, is growing. Yep, so we can see corn is grown, but I'm actually going to sleep again, or until 9 o'clock, because it's raining. If you wake up 8 a.m. and you want to harvest and it's raining, just go back to bed. Why is it raining in my house? Y'all see those raindrops? I think I need to fix my roof. Alright. What time is the rain gonna stop? About noon. So I'll wait until then to harvest. Alright. I guess I was supposed to sell some straw bales first, wasn't I? Go ahead and grab a couple bales and get them on there. We'll take them to sell. And then we can get into the harvest. In reality, you wouldn't want these to get wet, but I don't really care that much. This is not reality, that's what makes it fun. Well, I just gone and done it. Flip the bales over. What am I doing? Dang it. I assure you I am a licensed professional. Source? Trust me, bro. Come on, I just need 2 bales. There we go. Got them on the trailer. Well, almost. Strap them down and we can get off to sell them. Make sure my forks are sticking down. Just trying to get some stuff done while it's raining before harvest. Turn on the blinkers and the flashers. And now we're on the road, we can take it on up into road gear. Need to turn right here and fly up along this one road for a while. I'm tired of it being rainy. Rain, rain, go away. Sunlight, there we go. That's more like it. Leave the time on 0.5, I guess. I'm not sure how many hours it'll take to get that cornfield harvested. But once we get this sold, that's what we're going to go and do. Really hoping these bales can get done before the corn harvest is done. I was wanting to sell them all and use the money to buy a new tractor, but every time I sell a thing of bales, I'd have to refill my planter, and that costs just about as much as a trailer full of bales is, so wasn't really making any money at all throughout the whole soybean harvest. Put the forks down, I guess, so I can see the road. Suppose I should probably try and figure out what I'm going to do for tillage. I don't technically need to because my planter is a no-till planter, but I kind of want to do a little something, maybe. Just on where the corn was, I guess. I can plant directly into the bean stubble just fine. Let's keep it on the road, sir. How's it going, everyone? How's your Wednesday been? Mine's been alright. Power went out at work, so we went home about 3 hours early. Have backup generators, of course, but we couldn't get both phases of power running, 140 volt or 120 volt and 240 volt. So yeah, can't run a big warehouse on 120 volt only. So after a couple hours of that, we just went on home. Would have been nice to get paid while we can't work, but that's a little unrealistic to expect. I'd say it's been about a 6.5 or 7 out of 10 for today so far. A little frustrated at work. Been fixing other people's mistakes, and sometimes it's just kind of disappointing how they're just lack of quality and the lack of care that they put into the work. It's pretty clear, pretty evident. Got a bunch of higher ups in the facility just shaking their heads at what it looks like, because it's really bad. But hey, it's pretty cool that I'm trusted to fix it. Sort of. I wonder if this piece of land is separate. It is. It's only 100 grand. Maybe I should put my cattle barn there. It's still got a bit of grass on it, and it could fit a cattle barn on it. And it's right next to that other big field I wanted to have for my cattle. That'd be this one. But that's 500,000. This one's only 115. That might be what I have to go with. That way I could afford my brand new tractor, all the equipment I need, and some tillage stuff. That could be pretty sweet. Ooh, I almost took out that stop sign. Let's check the sale. Another planter. Interesting. $12,000, huh? Well, shoot, I might have to get me one of them. How many horsepowers does it take to run that thing? How many horsepower? 120. I got a couple tractors that got over 120 horsepower. We can get her done. We can get her done just fine. I really want this field. Nice and big and open and flat. right next to the bale sell point, so if you did some straw, you could take the bales straight across the road to the field, or to sell them. How much is she? Where are we? Ooh, that's a big field. 880,000, followed by 880,000, 900,000. So if I wanted this big chunk of field right there, keep in mind, the field I've spent many days working on is this size. All of that, I could plow that all together. I'm gonna have me a good little look-see at all that stuff to see if it could be plowed together or if there's like fences in between or something. That could be a fun challenge to do. It'd be like a 24-hour live stream just to get that thing planted or something like that. It's a crazy amount of space. But in all reality, I love big equipment. I've just never had a map where I could stretch my legs and actually use it to its proper extent. This map is probably definitely the first one I've played on where I can actually use gigantic equipment and it feel really small. Let's get these things sold. Ooh, almost $19,000. I was used to making $17,000. And I don't want to drive this thing back, so we're not going to. Let's hop in the pickup and take her down to the farm, grab the corn head, and we can head down to the field to get started with harvest. Why isn't my shifter moving? Oh, I'm already in top gear. That sucks. Absolutely flying. Not gonna crash because I don't. On the brakes. Alright, let's grab this corn header, and I'm gonna have the Alice follow me all the way to the field. Shoot, I may as well have the Mack truck follow me too. I'll put this one first because it's got the header. That's the most important piece. Set the cruise at 21. Grab you because your cruise, this is the slowest thing, so we're going to set its cruise at the lowest. Everything else is going to follow his speed because it's the slowest. Drive straight out of here. Stop. Grab that. Nope. You followed that pickup there, sir. Good. Now the semi is going to make some good noises. Maybe I should be driving it instead. I don't think I'll be close enough to hear that Jake brake sing. Alright, let's mosey on out of here. Take the corner wide and slow. I need to set the cruise in my semi, actually. 21. Alright, now we can get going. Gonna turn right and follow that all the way out. I think. No, I want to turn left. Is what I want to do. I've definitely just screwed up because it's auto-saving and I'm driving into a tree. Yep, and all my workers are following me because they're stupid. Come on. I just got all these guys set up and now they're not going to do it. That autosave feature is really annoying. Alright, are you guys going to drive into a tree or are you going to follow me? No, you idiot. Don't do that. deserve to get fired. Okay, let's try that again. We're going to go all the way up here. Then we can get them all lined up like ducks in a row or whatever. Okay, hopefully that's working. And then you follow him as well. Please tell me you guys are going to do it right this time and not drive into a tree. That is a good start right there. I'm going to go at 20 because they're going at 21, so they'll catch up a little bit, and once they get close I can go back up to 21. I guess it's 22 because it's the second half of 21. Cruise control's weird in this game. If we zoom way out, we can hear that truck. Sounds like he needs to shift up. Dang, he's way on the red line. I gotta pay for your gas and maintenance, sir. You better shift that truck into high gear. This is the lovely harvest procession. Harvester's already sitting at the field waiting for us. We just gotta get these goofballs up there and we can finally get started after what feels like ages. I mean, it's been an hour and a half nearly of setup and finishing, planting and whatnot. So it has been nearly forever. Tell you what, I'm really thinking about buying that other farming game. Professional Farmer, Cattle and Crops or something. I really need to. I'll probably do some research on that. Maybe tonight, I don't know. Y'all might just see a stream pop up of that game and without me talking about it anymore. I just say, I'll just buy it and then stream it. That is very well possible. I don't think I do like a comparison gameplay video, but maybe I would, I don't know. Probably just do some live streams to figure out how it works and then get used to it and then record some videos or something. I don't know. That could be cool. Speaking of videos, I need to make sure I save that recording. And then once we get ready to start harvest, I'll start a new one. Gotta be getting close to our field now, I bet. Got the header trailer, the semi, and the grain cart all in one nice procession. Was just talking about a competition, I suppose you could say, for Farming Simulator, a different game. Was never completed and has got quite a few big issues wrong with it because obviously it wasn't completed. They ran out of funding, but yeah, it's interesting to me. I wonder if it could get enough momentum, they might start trying to finish it up or something. I don't know. I feel like competition will make everyone better. Okay, gonna turn left onto the highway here and then go on that for a little bit. We'll turn left when we get to the field. And we'll get started finally. No stop because I don't want these workers to have a brain fart, as they did when I drove into a tree on accident. They all followed me right into the tree. Looks like we all took the corner pretty well, and the bridge as well. Nice. Okay, this is going to be a little bit tricky because it's a tight corner and there's cars coming. So I actually have to wait until we've got a good opening. Fortunately, I don't have any friends driving these machines. They're brain-dead workers. Okay, please take that curve. May have been a little sharp for the semi. Please get through. No. Oof. We've just witnessed a murder. Oh, is he going to recover? That Alice might recover that. Wow. I'm surprised. Maybe he's not brain dead after all. That car really hit that thing going quick. He had the brake lights on. I thought he'd either squeeze through the gap or stop before the worker got through, but I guess not. That was impressive. And of course I just stopped my recording, so I didn't get that. Figures. Alright, we've got this tiny bean field on our left, and then through the trees we'll have our field. Should have turned on the blinkers for all of them. I forgot we'd be on the highway for a bit of this. And I think I need to go, yep, past my fields, past this other tiny cornfield. Should I buy that? Is it ready to harvest, or is it just harvested already? Alright, I'm buying it if it's ready to harvest. Impulse buying at its finest. I mean, it makes sense, right? I'm harvesting corn right next to it. It's got corn on it ready to harvest. It's only 10 grand. I'll probably make that much just by selling 2 years worth of crops on it. My field is through them trees, if you can see. And then that new field I bought is right there. Pretty small, but you know, a couple years worth of harvest. You could definitely get 10,000 bucks out of that. I think the land prices on this map are absurdly cheap. So low. Maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. Hopefully no cars come, because we're just going to send her across the lanes. Uh-oh, there's a car coming. Get through, get through, get through. Yes. Wow, that was like perfect timing. Okay, here we are. I'm going to start the recording before we get to the field and start before I forget. And finally, an hour and a half into the stream, we're going to get going. Technically 2 fields, split by this this carting path there. So I'm going to take it as 2 fields. I was going to, and I still might eventually plow them together. But I don't think you can really see very well unless I turn it to this. No, you can't really see the line across. There is a path that goes through there in between the 2 fields. So yeah, I may plow it up at some point and make them one big field, but since that path goes through there, I'll just hit them sideways. I was going to do them all together up and down vertically like this, but now we'll take it side to side times 2. And because I remembered to have Follow Me mod installed, this Alice can follow the harvester around. Let's get this semi turned around. We're just about to start harvest, guys. Gotta get things set up. Alright, you sit there. Let's get the harvester header on and get this thing fired up. Mind you, it's a bit loud. Let's just back the truck up here. I own this house. That's a nice looking house. Dang. I did not know. I hope I could... I know I can't. I was going to say I hope I could sleep there, or live there, but I know I can't. I'm pretty sure I can't. Yeah, it doesn't show up on the map. I remembered that. A New Holland header. Unfortunately, I couldn't find a yellow cloth header. They're all like green and white, which doesn't look quite right with this harvester. Green and white doesn't really go that well with yellow and black, so went with a New Holland, and it's fine. It works. Let's set the cruise at 8 so that it's about 8 or 9 miles an hour when we turn. And I'll set this up to 7 on this one because we're going to have it follow me on a worker. Let's get into it. We have officially started the corn harvest. And it does have a custom crop texture with the shredded kernels, or what are they called? Leaves, something like that. Okay, that's enough harvesting. Let's go ahead and get this thing lined up on the worker so it can follow me around. Okay, so now when I harvest, I should have my grain cart ready to go right when I'm full. I can just put the pipe out and switch it right over to my grain cart tractor and unload myself. Welcome in, everyone. We literally just started the harvest of corn. We've got our Alice back there following me around, and we're gonna line these fields up and hit them horizontally right alongside this carting path here. They are absolutely huge, both of them, as you can see. And my header is what, 8 rows? Looks like, yep, 8 rows. So it's gonna take a while, but I'm in it for the long haul. Hopefully you guys are too. I do apologize if the header is too loud. Feel free to let me know how the audio levels are so I can make them better in the future. Money from this is, of course, going into, well, I say of course, it's probably not that obvious. It's going into some cattle. And also the equipment and land and everything that is associated with that. I gotta run some hay, gotta run some need foraging equipment, right? Mowers, maybe some tedders to turn over the grass, maybe some rake action in there. Gotta rake up the hay into some swaths so I can bale it. Gotta get a cattle trailer. Also need another tractor because this Alice is a wee bit small for that grain cart when it's fully loaded. And some tillage equipment because I don't have any way to break up these corn stalks as of now. It's not great to direct drill into them. No-till planting on corn stalks is possible, but not great, and my planter is quite old, so it probably wouldn't work the best in reality. But this is a game, so I could still do it if I wanted to. I like tillage though, so I'll probably do that. Probably buy something. A little bit of some disc tilling action or something like that. Probably won't do anything too deep. It'd be fun to plow, but I definitely don't have the horsepower required to run a plow, any decent sized plow, and I don't want to run a small plow on these fields, they're huge. Okay, I'm curious to see how this worker does the turnaround here. It's going to be... I'm going to have to back up and lead into it. So we'll see how he does. And these trees are right up on the property line, so it's going to be tough to see what I'm doing here. Like he did pretty decent, assuming he doesn't try and do another loop. Yeah, he did great. I wonder if the Follow Me mod got updated, because it seems like it's doing really well today, whereas... Oh, I had a tree. I've definitely used it before, and it's not been this smart. The workers are not this intelligent, usually. That's twice now that I've been wowed. There's half full. Running the combine fill level mod. I'm not sure if that's exactly what it's called. Dings at 50 and then at 80 and automatically turns on the beacons. Sometimes at 80%. It's not the most consistent, but it tries. Oh yeah, a lot of open land here. I wonder if I own this stuff. If I do own it, then I could do some hay work out here right on the edge of the cornfield, or just plow up this extra and run a bigger field, just put some grain bins so I can store some crop out here or something. Possibilities are literally endless. So many mods in this game, you can do whatever you want with just about anywhere. If you are not aware, we are starting with older and smaller equipment, and of course the goal is to get up to some gigantic machines. We're on a huge map, 16x, 64 times the size of a normal map, which means we'll have plenty of room to stretch our legs when we get up to giant 100-foot wide air seeders and Case IH 715 quad track and all that stuff. There is no limit to the amount of land we can work. Nearly no limit, obviously there is, but if you were to do this entire map solo, you would be insane. I own like 5 or 6 out of 200 fields, and it's taken me 12 hours to harvest 3 or 4 fields and mess around with bales and all that. Like, it's crazy. Props to anyone who does 16x maps by themselves, because it's mad. I just started doing it. Okay, we're about 80% full. I don't think a worker's going to carry that path very well. Oh, wow, it will. Okay. So I'll give it a little bit of an offset because it looks like it's going to lean in. The field's going to lean in a little bit. Come on now. There we go. Now I grab the Alice, which has been following me for the last bit, and I'm going to unload it. Hopefully without going in the crop. But that looks like we might. Loading on the go is ideal, but probably not possible. Yep, I'm gonna need you to stop. There we go. We'll just do it ourselves, I guess. Thought I could be fancy, but the field is not properly set up for that. I guess I could run course play if I wanted to. Do I even have that installed? Yeah, I do. I'll do that when I get multiple harvesters, but I've only got one for now. Back up a little bit to get what we missed. Once I get going straight for a while, I can get that Alice hired up right behind me again. How's everybody doing? Just started the corn harvest a little bit ago. Alright, I think it's probably about time we could get you going. Sweet. First unload went pretty well, all things considered. My worker hasn't gone off and hit a tree, so that's going well. The yield is decent, but honestly not as good as I thought it might be, which is a little unfortunate, but totally fine. I didn't touch these fields at all before I bought them. They weren't properly fertilized or taken care of. Gotta get those creative camera angles to see the edge of my crop, don't I? Darn trees are way too close. Can't see anything. But I definitely did not hit that. Darn game just thinks I did. I might have to come back through and cut a bunch of these trees down, because that is tough. Tough to see anything. Hopefully my worker didn't get hung up on a tree. Looks fine. Oh, I think I turned his cruise control down a bit, didn't I? Oh well. He'll still be much closer than he would be if I didn't turn it on at all when I get full. So it'll probably be just about a full load to fill up, or to go all the way around this field. Man, I wish this map had row crop enabled. There might be a way to add it in, but not that I'm aware of. I like it when it's nice and straight, because you can just sit in the cab and make sure you're Keeping that middle line 4 rows off from the edge, and everything should have crop in it pretty well. That's how I lined it up in real life too. Don't need no fancy GPS with corn. Of course, I was doing 12 rows, so you got to look a little bit farther to the right and the left to make sure everything's getting in the header. Corn is probably my favorite crop I've harvested or messed with. The dust ain't too bad. It's pretty easy to see where you're going. You don't have to have your header all the way down on the ground like you do with beans. And it yields higher, so when you're rocking the grain cart... See, there I'm missing some because it started to turn. Where was I? Right. It yields higher, so if you're rocking the grain cart, you've got more to do. You don't sit there for 20 minutes waiting for the combine to fill up to go and unfill it. You can catch it just about every little bit. Of course, that's with a 12-row header and higher yielding corn. Helps my grandpa out, and he gets average around 240, 250 bushels per acre on all his corn. Sometimes he's over 300 on a good year. Not his average, just in spots. His average is usually over 200 though. Good years around 250. That good Iowa farm soil. I say corn's my favorite crop, but I've only ever harvested beans and corn, so, you know, not exactly the biggest pool to pick from. I want to do wheat. Really considering taking a couple weeks off from work next year for the wheat harvest and trying to get on with a farmer around here. My grandpa unfortunately retired last year, so I can't help him anymore. I'm going to go ahead and turn left and do a loop around this, just because I think that'll work better than trying to do what I did last time. Even though the worker handled it, this might be a little better. Try and turn and burn before he gets here. We'll see how he does with that. Thankfully I can actually see a little better, because I already did that farthest row right in the trees. This is still pretty bad in the trees, but I can see. Alright, buddy, how you gonna do? Went up on the bridge a little bit. Whoops, I'm way off. Went up on the bridge a little bit, but he's turning around. Hopefully it's not too tight for him. I need to turn up his cruise control because he's going a little slow. Yeah, he made that pretty good. Follow Me mod continues to impress. Alright, we'll unload along the backside again, because I can actually have a worker go in there. And we're almost full anyways. I really wish Farming Simulator had bushels. I know there's probably a mod out there for it, but I mean base game. I keep wanting to do a vanilla playthrough, which just means with no mods. But I tell you, they're just so useful. Like this Follow Me mod, it's saving me literally 10-15 minutes every single time I fill up. Probably not that much. More like 5 to 10 minutes every time I fill up, because I don't have to get back to this Alice. He's already right here. I don't have to go and pick him up from the other side of the field and drag him on over here. He's just right here. Literally everything I'm using for this harvest is a mod, except for the header. Ah, dang it. It's missing a row. And I don't have much room to unload on the go here anymore. My semi-truck is a mod, my grain cart is a mod, my tractor pulling the grain cart's a mod, my pickup is a mod. Just the header and the header trailer are the only things. Base game. Come on now. Don't fill up. Dang it. Literally filled up right before it started unloading. Oh, I forgot to rehire him. If you fire and rehire real quick, you can unload on the go again. Oh. Come on, get going. That did not work. It might fill up again before I can get to it. There we are. Alright, this will definitely fill up. Where are you going, sir? Get back here. Goofball. Can't quite get unloaded, but that's fine. Tried to hire it on a worker and it didn't work. There we go. Now I'll get you in line with this. Not back in the harvester before it does anything silly. Sorry if you hear me frantically clicking at my controller keys. And we'll pull right by that semi when we go by on the second headland pass, so that'll work great. What do you guys think about the custom texture for the corn husks on the ground? I think it's nice to have a little bit of a difference from the base game texture, but I think it could be better, could be worse. I rate it a 7 out of 10. Hopefully we get to see better and better textures with the next game coming out here in November. Welcome in, everyone. We just about done with the headlands and we can start doing the up downs soon. About to be able to dump in the semi for the first time this corn harvest. I wonder how long it's going to take to get this whole field done. I suppose it's a little early for thinking that. We just now got it opened up, but I like to think ahead, I guess. Darn it, I missed a piece or two. Okay, so once we get this done, I'm going to line things up going this way to try and kind of cut off this little bottom section here, because the main brunt of the field is all straight. So I'll peel off, fire that worker so we can unload the Alice into the semi. Get him out of the way. I may as well just have it dump. think you're supposed to fill front to back, so I'll do that. Oh, brakes, brakes, brakes. Nope. No brakes. Okay, let's do that thing I talked about over here. I'm going to let it overlap a few rows, because I definitely don't want any spare pieces stuck out there to get left behind. Out in the middle of the field that I can't see from here. I'll overlap 2 rows. So I'll line it up here. And start grabbing these. Wind's blowing, I can't really see the middle very well. There's 50%. I'm going to dump the harvester into the semi before we take off. May as well just finish up this little bottom piece here before we take off. And that'll probably honestly fill up that semi. So once we set the worker off, we'll hop in the semi and drive that back to the farm. Although it is November, so we could see a pretty good price for corn right now. I believe around January is the best, but we'll see. Can't quite turn around on 2 headlands, so that's annoying, but it's fine. Should have done 3, but I honestly was getting a little bored of going around that field. Deciding to change things up, ain't it? I have been recording this live stream. It's the first one I've been doing that for, so if you don't have time to check out the whole harvest live, which I understand it's quite a bit, feel free to check back on the channel here in a few days to a week, and hopefully we'll see a video on it and see it all condensed down into 15-20 minutes or so. No promises, though. I haven't had a ton of time to edit lately. Here, I'll pick up those couple scraps I had. No ear left behind. And since the grain cart's right here, I'll just dump into that instead of the semi. Maybe we can do a double dump. Yeah, we can. Double dump. Nice. And the harvester dumps faster than the grain cart. That's crazy. The grain cart's gradually filling up, which means the harvester's putting it out faster than the grain cart is. Crazy. It's been a while since I've done a double dump. Okay, now here's the question. Do I park the grain cart just in the middle of the cart path, and whenever the harvester fills up, go to it and unload it, or do I have the worker follow the harvester all the way back and forth throughout the field? Because as good as the follow me mod is, I don't think it's going to be able to turn around on a dime with the worker every single time. That's a pretty big bump there. I think I'll just leave the grain cart in the middle of the field somewhere on that cart path. That's what it's there for. There, we'll hire a worker there. How full is that? 87%. We can wait. Whoops. I'll wait to fill up to drive off the semi until it's absolutely full. I gotta check the price of grain anyways. Bring this up to about 15 mile an hour in the field. Well, no, there's corn. We'll do 12. 12's too fast. Unless you got a really nice cab or something. Really loose or low air on your tires or something. I was doing 15 on the wheat stubble, but that's, you know, more smooth than corn stalks. They naturally grow ridges and whatnot. See, where's about halfway on the field? Field's pretty big, ain't it? And we got this one here on the other side, too. And another tiny guy just across those trees off in the distance by that house. I bought it. It was $10,000 field, so it's probably not huge, but, well, definitely not huge. Oh, I didn't know my pickup was on. Alright. I can turn off the HUD so we can get some nice montage shots for the recording. Should make things a little more satisfying. Ooh, don't record. Don't record on your recording while you're live streaming and recording with your streaming service. I'm recording here, yeah, so we're fine. Technically I could stop the recording and start the recording or whatever, but yeah, that kind of kills the live stream when I do that, so I apologize. Okay, so as annoying as it is, I am going to leave these little bits. I'll come back and get them once we turn around. That's just so I can get a perfectly straight edge on the field. Let's turn that HUD back on. HUD, whatever you want to call it. Looks like we're only going to get about a third full on each pass, which is just about perfect. I think towards the middle of the field it'll be more because it kind of fans out. It's the whitest in the middle, but that's pretty good. That means I'll usually have the pipe sticking over the open crop, or close to it anyway, when it gets full. So let's turn over here. Fire that worker real quick. And get this little bit we missed. Whoops, I punched my desk. I apologize. Take a screenshot. I like doing that. Maybe once harvest settles down a bit, we can get back to moving bales around, but I have a feeling the corn harvest is going to be, A, more satisfying than everything else I do, almost, for me to do and for you guys to watch, and B, it's going to keep us pretty busy and on our toes. I don't think we'll have time to mess with bales while we're doing this. And C, I mean, the later I wait to sell those bales until January is the highest price, so once we get there, I mean, that's the prime time to sell, so as long as I don't sell them before then, or as long as I sell them before this, what's the, February, sorry. If I sell the bales before February, I'll make good money on them, so if I've got time to sell them here, I will. If I don't have time to sell them, I'll just wait. Grab this straggler I missed. Oop. We gotta count 8 rows out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm gonna hold my finger there and recount. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Now I'll keep my eyes on it as I turn around and try and line it up. Oops, I may have lost my spot. I blinked. Nope, we got it. Like a pro. That is a lot easier in person. And then once we get around towards the end of this pass, I'm going to hop in the Alice because we're going to unload on the go coming back. Just hit 50% full. Suppose I could catch another screenshot here. That ain't bad. That ain't bad either. I like the ones that kind of show the endless landscape off in the distance. I feel like that looks pretty good. Could take one from the perspective of the Alice, I guess. That doesn't look quite right. Doesn't have to be such a big production either. I just like to take a bunch of screenshots, and the way the live streams work out is pretty neat. Usually it takes me more than a couple live streams to finish harvesting, so if I take a bunch of screenshots during one live stream, I can use those as the thumbnails for the next few, so that's pretty nice. Pretty nice the way it all works out. Every once in a while I'll just take some cinematic rollers or something like this. Those will make a nice little montage when I'm harvesting my video. There we go, 80% full. Let's hop in the Alice. Boot it up. And we'll unload on the go on the way back. May as well drive in the cart path to avoid unnecessary soil compaction. Hope these wide duals aren't hitting the crop. Looks like I'm plenty far away. Don't want to go much faster than 10 on corn stubble, but I'll do 12 just because it's a game. Especially with a tractor this old, I feel like this would hurt your backside pretty well, bouncing up and down on the corn stubbles. Of course, that's not a thing in the game, but still. So noisy. It always makes a nice cinematic roller. Unloading on the go. Alright, that'll definitely fill up the semi. I'll go ahead and take this on and do that and take it off to the farm, unless I can get a good price. I've been hesitant to press the menu button because I know it's going to have to auto-save. I'll do that while it's unloading in the semi. Map's huge, so auto-saving takes forever. But yeah, I need to check the price on corn, wheat, and soybeans, as well as straw, to see what it's like. The straw price, I know, jumped up quite a bit, because just last month I sold a few loads at about 17,000 bucks per load, and it was almost 19 this time. There's that autosave. I'll eat some cashews while it's autosaving too. Alright. Wheat is at 1900 out of 2100. That's pretty good. Soybeans are 3300 out of... Okay, so they'll be at their highest in July. Both corn and soybeans. But corn will actually peak in January, it looks like. But they're both pretty low right now. Corn's at its all-time low almost. But wheat is looking really good. I could sell that, I could keep it. Who knows? Alright, let's hop in the Mack truck. Boot it up and take this stuff on to the farm. I wonder what the fastest way is. I took a different way last time. Oh, that's because I was down here. I came up along here to the field, but this time I'm going to go along the road and then down here. Same way I took on up here the first time. Let this beautiful truck sing. This is that other piece I was talking about earlier that I bought for 10 grand. Alright, I should be on the highway for not super long. Excuse me. These cashews dried me out, I think. Just past that tilled up field up in the distance, we're going to turn. We get to hear this Jake brake. Oops, I just about killed it. Come on, baby, get it going. trees are so tight here, I'll switch into cockpit mode, or first-person camera, whatever you want to call it. Would be nice to eventually have some bigger trailers, because 35,000 liters ain't that much. Especially when we start getting some nice and big harvesters that have, you know, 15 to 20,000 liter capacity. 35,000 liters doesn't do much at all. But for now, this is pretty good. This is like 4 or 5 loads off the combine, which is actually pretty solid amount. Yeah, I don't even think this is even 1,000 bushels, so it's smaller for a semi-trailer. At least nowadays. The first load of corn going back to our farm. Took quite a few of wheat and corn. I suppose I could sell a load of wheat and make a pretty good amount of money towards my new tractor, but I don't really need to. I mean, I won't have to plow until the winter time. I could plow as long as I plow before planting time. I'm good. I don't have to plow, but I kind of want to. I wonder if my worker's full. Looks like he's still going. That's pretty good. I am gonna check on him. Yeah, he's... Ooh, that's perfect, man. 80% full. Let's take the Alice and unload him real quick. I might try and do this one in first person. Make things interesting. Try and set the cruise at 6 to make it easy on me. I know that's how fast he'll go. Set the middle of my tractor about 4.5 rows over. Man, I'm good at this. Almost like I've done it before. Alright, now we can go ahead and peel away. Because the grain cart's almost full, so we'll go and park that where the semi is going to be when it's back. I don't think I've ever done a first-person unload on the go in this game. It's a lot easier to gauge the distance in person, but, you know, because this game's only two-dimensional. It's a lot easier to drive with a controller in my hands than a steering wheel, though. Okay, park that there and wait. Let's get this Mack off to the farm. We're really close. Then we'll have to head back after we dump the grain off. I guess really close might have been an exaggeration. We're maybe 2 or 3 minutes out. Should be up on the right here soon. About to pass my driveway. My house is up the hill off to the right. There's my driveway. Here we are. Unloading the first corn off of the field on this map. For me, ever. But I'm sure many of you have already played quite a bit on this map. I've had a couple of you guys say you played over 100 hours, which is crazy. On just this map alone. Okay, let's get this thing back to the field. Once again, gonna rock in the first person mode because can't see anything with all the trees on this road. Undoubtedly the worst part of trees in the game is you can't see anything in third person. That's all you see. Obviously there's not trees on both sides, so I can just pop over here for now, but it gets to both sides of the field, or the road up here a bit. Just trucking along. Not a care in the world. Except, I guess, my worker and the harvester, I care about that. I mean, my truck, I care about that too. I guess I do have a few cares, but you know what I mean. Pretty noisy in here. I could see how truckers go deaf throughout their career. I guess it's probably because they have the window down on the highway with their arm out the side that mess up your ears more than a noisy engine. Hang a right, and then shortly after we'll hang a left. And on to the field. Got Cars coming on both sides. We'll roll with it. Just go off-roading a bit. That's all you gotta do. Worker's almost full, but my grain cart's full. I gotta get this semi back there quick. Here's the field. Good to be back. Get this thing turned around so it can pull out straight out when it's full instead of having to turn around when it's full. More sense to turn around when she's empty. Yeah, we've made some pretty good progress on the field. No brakes. Really need to get something with some brakes. Get this thing unloaded, and then I'll have to unload the harvester as well. And we'll wrap things up there. Got some good progress done. And peel away from there. Let's see where that harvester is. Looks like it's about towards the middle of the field. Gotta be careful in this cart path. I keep crushing my corn. Being careless. Get you unloaded, sir. Let's make this all cinematic and stuff. Oh yeah. Well, on that note, I'm going to end the stream. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for all the support. And to whoever subscribed, I appreciate that. See y'all later. Peace. As always, the awkward transition from saying goodbye to when I can actually end the stream.